Guys, it's oh dear, what time is it? 8:30 in the morning. I've been up for a few hours. It's another chilly start to the day. The sun's poking out now. Looks like it might be a good day. And I decided today is going to be a maintenance day, clean-up day, chore day. I've just been looking around my camp and I've got a huge collection of cans, and I've just been looking at some of the penny stoves that I've been using, and they certainly have a certain amount of life left in them. They're still good and everything else, but what I might do today is, once I've cleaned up, I'm going to concentrate on camouflaging the camp a little bit better. Again, it's coming to the end of July. This is probably the last month where we're going to get some really good weather, and then June, July, August, September, we're coming into autumn and the rains, the wet, and then we'll come into winter. So you've got to prepare for these things. So yeah, I've got to get this camp totally pucker. So I'll spend the day clearing up, camouflaging, debris up, getting it ready for winter. And maybe next weekend, or maybe during the week, I'll pop down to Camp 2 and get that one ready as well. Yeah, it's important to be prepared. Life is a constant struggle of making ends meet, or getting to. You only truly thrive and succeed if you're prepared for it. This is why I like these preppers and all that sort of thing. They all like to think they're being prepared, but you know, packing a backpack with 3 or 4 day supplies, or you know, any sort of major event, they don't take 3 or 4 days to finish. You know, they can take 3 or 4 months to finish, or more. Any sort of situation where there's civil unrest or anything else like that could take months to resolve. And so, you know, when you're prepping for certain eventualities, you've really got to think longer term, and that can be a problem. Anyway, like I say, today's going to be a chore day. I'm definitely going to stock up and get out and stock up on wood. I've got that netting, so yeah, going to do the camo. I'm also going to try and build a wood store somewhere. Yeah, I could build that in the front of the shack here. I'll stick a tarp over it. Oh, there's my little red again. He doesn't seem to mind me staying here, so neither do the squirrels. Well, they have eaten all the nuts. I suppose beggars can't be choosers, eh? Nuts is all I got. If they don't like them, nuts. So, yeah. I've been thinking about the little brook I've got there. And even though I've got all of this, salvaged all these drainage pipes, because the brook's lower than the camp, water doesn't go up and everything else, and I don't have enough to go to the top of the stream. But I was thinking of cutting them into 1 foot pieces and banging them down the side of the bank to act as a sort of a wall and dig out, so I have a deeper well, you could say, and hopefully it can continue flowing, and it will stop a lot of the sediment from gathering in the well, because it will push everything to the back, but still allowing a flow. So yeah, that's something I might also work on today, because again, water is one of the most important things, whether you're prepping or anything else that you could ever have. So it's a valuable resource, and yeah. So yeah, chores. So at times like this, you wish you had a woman around the house. Sorry, I'm gonna get all sorts of, hopefully get some comments. But, and I've got to do a couple of other little things. I've got to get back to whittling and everything else. Just trying to find the right pieces of wood. I don't like cutting down anything that's greening, that's still alive. And finding decent bits of wood for building stuff and all that is it's not that easy, actually. So you can obviously go into the woods, start chopping anything down, but you know, the whole aim is to live with nature rather than utilise it without destroying it. I've also been thinking about putting some plants and everything else, because this is a really nice spot, and there's something funny. I'm sorry, I'm just detracting here. My little wren keeps, I know he's got a nest right there, but he keeps flitting from that little spot to another little spot just over there. He keeps just going backwards and forwards. But there he goes again. Has he got two nests? Is he a polygamous wren? We'll have to explore a little bit further on that, you know. It's got the wife over there, got the mistress over there, yeah. Yes. There hasn't been any more digging as well over there, so either my badger or whatever animal has probably moved on. Last night though, at 10:30 in the evening, I don't know, it sounded like there was a war going on. I thought, has the war started? Although I could hear it, I couldn't see anything. I kind of figured it must have been some sort of firework event or something else. And all the way down Red Hill, Reigate Way, I don't know, something was going on down that way. But it certainly sounded like there was a war. The way the sound travels, it's like the motorway. You get a constant drone. Yeah, it's not so bad. The closer you are, if you're down below the motorway line, it's not so bad. But when you're above the motorway line, it's even it's horrible. Because sound travels and goes upwards. Smoke goes up and goes out. And so I could hear this banging going on for about 15-20 minutes last night. But I couldn't see any fireworks or anything else like that, so I was just wondering what it was. So Mr. Putin finally had enough of us, yeah, because of our Brexit deal, yeah. Well, if you're going to be part of Europe, we might as well bomb UK now, you know. Which is strange, you know. I'm going to diverge here again. There's something I'm mixed race. My mother was Indonesian Chinese, and she always she was a staunch Anglophile. I mean, she was totally British, and it's funny that she married this Englishman, my father, after me, of course, and. She tells the story when she came back. She came to this country in the '60s with my father and me in tow. She tells the stories when they took her passport away and they stamped it the Queen's subject. Back in the old days when immigration was better run, I suppose. And she's always been totally pro-British, you know, and that entails many things. And she has been all her life, and she's the one who instilled this sort of Britishness in her children, especially with me. Even when I went to live in Hong Kong, I was a staunch Anglophile. We had the best education system in the world, the best healthcare, the best democracy, everything about Britain was great, despite the hard times, you know, despite the fact that we have these 4 warring nations or something else, you know, England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland. I mean, I view them, we're all one family, but like cousins and brothers and sisters, we all squabble and fight. But when the thing about being British is that we all come together when we have a common threat. And right now, we're not coming together. I think this devolution thing, a nice cunning plan by the elites, and the men in suits behind closed doors making plans for us. And even when we have a chance to say what we really think through referendum and everything else, so don't forget devolution. You know, not all of it passed the first time. All these referendums since the '70s, the first ones failed. They had another one until it passed. So, you know, we're being heavily manipulated one way or another. We're going to have another referendum on this Brexit issue again. You know? I mean, there's this. No matter what your politics are, you either love your family, yeah. This is your family, and then you love your community, and then you love the wider community. Then you love your country, you love your nation. This is your home. And if people are willing to let someone else tell you what to do in your home, then you don't believe in democracy. You don't believe in your own inalienable rights. Because people are taking them away. Over 75% of our laws are generated from the EU. So we're being told what to do by people who we didn't elect. You know, we didn't choose these people to run us. So that's the thing, you know. Britain may have had a checkered past, and it probably still does. Again, our politicians aren't always the people that are actually running it. Don't forget, they're only there for a short period of time because we've allowed them. Yeah, the people have allowed them. We voted for them. Yeah. But we're being lied to all the time. And if the politicians aren't lying, they're not telling us the whole truth. And their agendas are not in the best interest of our country. Don't forget, our country, United Kingdom, yeah, Great Britain, is part of a commonwealth of 54 other countries. You know, some questionably in it for some reason. But either way, we're willing to give up that to be run by nameless bureaucrats in a piss poor coalition of 26 countries, 27 countries. I just don't understand the mentality behind that. It's like you work hard all your life to build what little you've got, and then let someone else tell you how to run your household and what you can and can't do with it. Yeah, obviously we have rules and regulations, but that's our laws and our rules and regulations, not someone else's. The EU as a political ideology, the European Union, is far from unified, and it never will be. It's the major corporations that run everything. The big business. All our politicians are being bought and paid for by big corporations who virtually pay no taxes. Ideologies, religious ideologies, which really, honestly, I mean, we are heading down a slippery slope. And unfortunately, those people that think they built something up, and they built their little bubble up, they're scared of losing it. And they're scared of taking on this. But we've had 2 world wars. Each and every single time Britain have come out of it. Since 1066, we've stopped all the major invasions of our countries. We came together. We became a force. I mean, I think as empires go, the British Empire is one of the most successful ever. Again, like I said, I'm not going to gloss over the checkered path. As I said, these things happen. I know it's not nice, and people should be held accountable. But when you take a look at our society now, everything's being rewritten. Oh my gosh, sorry. It's too early. I've only had 2 cups of coffee. I've just been reading the news again. And again, it's BBC News. I'll get to some of the stuff that comes through. Again, we in our cities nowadays, more and more the crime and everything. We got this Sadiq Khan. He's the mayor of London, and all he seems to be interested in is not solving and tackling crime, because over 70% of it is generated by certain ethnics. I think something else. I don't know. I saw some statistic on that. I can't be certain on that. He's not interested in that. He's interested in hate crimes. People who criticise Islam. I can criticise whatever I like, can't I? And that is what living in Islam. And here's the one thing. Why do we need, everyone, the Talmud, the Bible, whichever version you want to look at, the Quran, the Sanskrits, the Hindu. Everyone talks about how powerful their gods are. So why do we need laws protecting those gods? Simple. Is God so weak, or that your God, or whatever God, is he so weak, or he, she, whatever it is, yeah? Is it so weak that it needs morons defending it? So that's if the God cannot stand up for himself, he's no God. Cannot be. That's my view, yeah? Anyway, Oh God, politics to religion, what happened? Chore day, no more games, chores. Stick to the plan. Anyway, early morning, I'm gonna have another couple more coffees and then I should be waking up a bit. Yeah, all this politics and religion, everything else has got me into trouble. You know, the way this country is going got me into trouble in the first place. God knows how many bans I've had on Facebook and everything else. The quintessential angry man, you know. What's going on? Oh my God, I've got to go down to my meaningless, soul-sucking, mind-numbing job and do another 9 hours of that, 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. God. Enjoy what you've got. Prepare for the future. As I say, one of my favourite Latin phrases is sivi pacem para bellum. If you want peace, prepare for war. Catch you later.